Welcome to JMR Talks. Today we will talk about Yogiji's incredible victory in UP. We all know the prevailing situation in UP. 5 years, double incumbency, pandemic impact, rising inflation, unemployment, frequent opposition attacks. When we look at Yogiji's win or BJP's win in the largest state of Uttar Pradesh, it's very clear that it's an incredible victory. In fact, since 1952, Yogi Adityanath ji is the first CM who completed 5 years in time and came back to the power. So naturally, one question might be arising in our minds as to what is so special about Yogi Adityanath ji's win in UP. Number one, in terms of the larger vote share. When we talk about anti-incumbency, we expect the parties to vote less votes. But BJP got 44.6%, a 4% improvement over the last elections. All the eyes were on Uttar Pradesh, being the largest state, and in terms of the largest contingent it sends to what is called the parliament. With the impending Lok Sabha elections in 2024, everybody was watching on UP. In fact, some people were, went to the extent of saying that after these elections in the 5 states, Modi ji will go to Himalayas and Yogiji will go back to Gorakhpur Mutt. But the election results proved them all wrong. And there's one more, important thing which Yogiji broke. That is called Noida jinx. There's a belief, which originated somewhere in 1988 that whoever visits Noida, they will not come back to the power. This happened, with what I call Mayawati, and even Akhilesh Yadav was also, refrained from visiting Noida as such. But in the case of, Yogi, it's totally different. Last time in 2017, after the victory in the elections, he was the one who visited what I call Noida. And recently also, he paid a visit to Noida for the inauguration of Delhi Metro line along with Prime Minister Modi ji. His success is all the more significant when people are talking about anti-incumbency and there was no proof of any UP former CM coming back to power once again as such. And UP and Yogi ji has proved them all wrong. Now, what is that contributed to Yogi ji's incredible victory or stupendous success at the hostings? One is called Garib Kalyan Mela. What is this Garib Kalyan Mela? Free ration, cash transfers, Ujjwala scheme, Prime Minister Vikas Yojana. To a major extent, we can say the BJP's success in UP at the hustings has to do with its efficient delivery of the freebies, etc., and the beneficiary consciousness among the voters, especially what we call the women voters. Another factor which contributed to Yogiji's win is he is one who doesn't brook any nonsense. So he is called no nonsense CM. Law and order was perfect. For instance, look at what we call Sodiganj market in Meerut, where stolen vehicles are being cut and you will not find any trace of it. He closed it. And nobody can trace an iota of what we call corruption or any allegation against what we call Yogiji. His hands are clean. And somebody might talk about he being a Hindi monk or a leader representing Hindus and all that. I don't agree with that. Look at his tenure at the Gorakhpur. He was reaching to all people, irrespective of the caste, creed, religion as such. And one more factor which played a key role in stupendous success of Yogiji is the role of Maholis. Now, who are these Maholis? Maholis are they are local communicators. You normally find them at the what I call street and tea shops, dabas, etc. They are very articulate. They are so convincing that they can take the narrative in a favorable manner about any person or any particular thing. And the Mahalis trained by the BJP party succeeded in sending across to the nook and corner of Uttar Pradesh that Yogiji is a person who means business, who is there to protect the welfare of the masses. And another significant factor which contributed to the success of BJP at the hustings is double engine. What do we mean by double engine? Double engine in the sense you have a government at the center and you have a government at the state. So when there are governments both at the center and the state are the same, it will be easy for the service to reach the people. Now, what are the learnings or the takeaways from Yogiji's incredible victory in UP? Number one must trust your deeds, your actions. The rhetoric, may not help us. Like there is a saying that you can fool some people all the times. You can fool all the people sometimes, but you can't fool all the people all the times as such. And then comes Mohali's role. When the party has a committed, loyal, passionate Mohalis who could take the narrative in a favorable manner to the nook and corner of the states, it does helps. And these Mohalis played a key role in winning hearts and minds of the people. Your work matters. Yogiji, despite severe criticism again about him, he just focused on the work. He just focused in implementing the Modiji schemes in letter and spirit. Second thing is about knowing about the people. Having been at the Gorakhpur Mutt, having been interacting with the people for quite some time, he knows people. He was always in touch with the people. And one significant factor which contributed is what I call the Modi factor. Look at this photo. You can see in the photo Modiji keeping his hand on his back and assuring him, I am with you. This looks like what I call parental support. So naturally a message goes around, look, Modiji and the central government are solidly behind what I call Yogiji's government. If we vote for the what I call Yogiji in UP, you are voting for what I call Modiji also. That means you are assured of central government's help as such. So the excellent beneficiary commitment, the beneficiary consciousness among the poor, and excellent delivery mechanism of free rations, then Ujjwal scheme, cash transfers, and no nonsense, and this double engine. All these factors contributed to the incredible victory of Yogiji, and I have not even an iota of doubt that Yogiji after these elections has emerged as the next most popular leader after Modiji. Given this combination of Yogiji and Modiji, I am sure BJP will definitely do well in 2024 Lok Sabha elections as well. Thank you.